Hello and welcome back to Math Marvel. Today we're going to be talking about solving an equation by completing the square when the a term, and remember that a term is the coefficient of the squared term, when a is not equal to 1. So first step, again, we put our constant to the other side. We always do that, no matter what. So we get pi k squared plus 20k. In this case, we actually don't leave a space at this step. You'll see when we leave a space. And we put that equal to 60. And then I factor the coefficients out of this, even though we can factor a k out, we will not. And I get 5 times k squared plus a 4k. And now I leave a space with that n parenthesis, and I put that equal to 60. Now I take this coefficient of the k here, divided by 2, and then square. So 4 divided by 2 is 2, and 2 squared is 4. So I add 4 here. But I don't add 4 over here, because what we actually added was 5 times 4, which is 20. So we actually add 20 over here. And this can factor out, because it's a perfect square trinomial, and it is going to be 5 times a k plus 2 squared. And that's going to equal to an 80. If I divide by 5 on both sides, I get that k plus 2 squared is 16. If I take the square root of both sides, I find that k plus 2 is plus or minus 4. So k is equal to negative 2 plus or minus 4. And k will equal to either a negative 2 minus a 4, which is a negative 6, or a negative 2 plus a 4, which is a positive 2. And those are your solutions. Next section 2. Now this equation, we have 6x squared plus 12x minus 48 is equal to 0. Again, first step, put our constant on the other side. 6x squared plus 12x, no space right now, is 48. Then factor these two coefficients out, and I get 6 times x squared plus a 2x, and then I leave a space with a parenthesis here, is equal to 48. And then I take this coefficient, divided by 2, and square it. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 1 squared is 1. So we add the 1. But we add a 6 here, because 6 times 1 is 6. So I get 6 times this factors, perfect square trinomial, to be x plus 1 squared is equal to that 48 plus 6, which is 54. If I divide both sides of the equation by 6, I get that x plus 1 squared is 9. Take the square root of both sides. X plus 1 squared. So x plus 1 is equal to plus or minus 3. So x is equal to a negative 1 plus or minus a 3. And x will equal to either a negative 1 minus a 3, which is a negative 4, or a negative 1 plus a 3, which is a positive 2. So those are our solutions to that equation. Okay, next, 2a squared minus 8a plus 6 equals 0. First step, put our constant term on the other side of the equation. So I get 2a squared minus 8a minus is equal to a negative 6. Alright, and then I factor these coefficients. I have 2 times a squared minus a 4a. Leave space, equals to negative 6. Take this and divide it by 2 and square it. Negative 4 divided by 2 is a negative 2, and negative 2 squared is a 4. So we add 4 here, but we add an 8 here, because 2 times 4 is 8. So 2 times, how does this factor? It factors to be an a minus a 2 squared is equal to negative 6 plus 8, which is 2. If I divide both sides by 2, I find that a minus 2 squared is equal to a positive 1. If I take the square root of both sides, I get that a minus 2 is plus or minus 1. So I get that a is equal to 2 plus or minus 1. So a could equal to 3. Or a 1, right? Because 2 plus 1 is 3, and 2 minus 1 is 1. Okay. Final equation of the day. This is a little challenge problem because one of the solutions is going to be fractions. So you'll see. We'll have it in just a second here. So, again, first step, 4, bring it to the other side because it's our constant term. So I get 3x squared minus an 8x, and I have that equal to a negative 4. And this is where things are a little bit differently, because this doesn't factor out evenly, right? So what I will do here is I still take out that 3, I multiply it by that x squared, but what times 3 will give me a negative 8? Well, it's going to be negative 8 thirds, because a negative 8 thirds times a 3, these would cancel out and give me a negative 8. So, minus an 8 thirds x equals a negative 4. So again, b over 2 squared, okay? So again, we can think of this. If I divide by 2, right? So we have a negative 8 thirds, right? And I want to divide it by 2, right? Divide by 2 over 1. I multiply by 1 over 2. So the denominator just doubles. We get negative 8 sixths. So negative 8 sixths squared. The solution to that is to square the numerator and denominator. Negative 8 squared is 64. And divide that by a 36. 64 over 36. Now, to simplify that, you can either go through the process yourself or just use a calculator. 64 over 36 is equal to 16 ninths. That's what I get here. So that's what we're going to add on both sides. 16 ninths. But that 16 ninths, we have to multiply by 3 for this side because of that 3 here. So 16 ninths times a 3 is 16 thirds. That denominator just divides by 3. So I get plus 16 thirds. Okay. And then that negative 4 plus a 16 thirds is 4 thirds. So I get 3 times what? An x minus an 8 sixth squared. That's how it factors. 8 sixths squared will equal to a negative 4 plus 16 thirds, which is 4 thirds. Okay. Divide both sides of the equation by 3. If I divide both sides of the equation by 3, I get a 4 thirds divided by 3, which is multiplying by 1 third. So all we do is multiply that denominator by 3. Okay. So I get x minus 8 sixths squared is equal to 4 ninths. Take the square root of both sides. X minus 8 sixths, now I can add that square root there. X minus 8 sixths is equal to square root of 4, which is 2, over a 3. So our solutions are going to be x is equal to 8 sixths plus or minus 2 thirds. Going to use our calculator to see what our solutions are. So 8 sixths plus a 2 thirds, I'm getting a 2. So x is a 2. And then 8 sixths minus a 2 thirds is a 2 thirds. And those are our solutions. So in this video, we covered how to solve a quadratic equation by completing the square when a is not 1. Hope you learned something new, and if you did, make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.